This is a tangle I'm calling weaved. So we're going to start with gratitude, appreciation, breathe in the things we're grateful for. On the exhale, let all the junk, the things you don't need, the things that are bothering you, have no control over, let them go. We're going to start with 4 dots in each corner with pencil on this blank piece of paper, create a border, and then we're going to divide in both directions into 4 columns. So we're going to have 16 squares total. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create an X in each one. Now, I like to do this for flow because I want this to be, the word meditation is what's going to come in because that's to me what it is. This is meditative art or mindfulness art, staying in the present moment. So you can see that I am taking, instead of drawing an X in each one, I am repetitively drawing a line in the same direction throughout the whole drawing. And then I'm going to turn it and do it in the opposite direction. For me, this is flow. This is just repetitively doing one simple task, which allows my mind to clear what's going on. Now, there's many other people that are starting to explain tangling in this way. I have been explaining tangling this way since I began because I think that this whole process is, and you've heard it before, about the journey to the end of the tangle, and the tangle is a bonus at the end. So are you biting the inside of the cheek, clenching the jaw, biting your lip? Are you holding the pen or pencil too tight? Are you pushing down too hard with the pen or pencil? These are the things we want to check in with ourselves throughout this whole process. And we want to address them and let them go. Now, the ego will want to get involved here, and we have to ask the ego to step back. The ego wants perfection, and we are perfectly imperfect. So now I'm going to ink this line, and then I'm going to take off and land. So I'm going to kind of grab on to that outside pencil line, and I'm going to stop at the first pencil line I come to. And all I'm going to do is aura here. I'm just going to aura, aura, aura. And I'm going to turn this tile each time so that I can create the same thing. And you won't see the full look of this. You're going to want to watch this whole video because I'm going to show you several different ways to shade this as well. So we're going to turn, and I'm going to have this be in real time for a bit so that you can see what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to ink this line, and I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to take off from that line and then go to about halfway. Now, you can choose to put this anywhere you want. Maybe you want it to go farther. Maybe you want it to be more narrow. It's yours. And now I'm showing you that you can start from anywhere to do these aura lines. And you can skip some places if you want to. You can have them get really close together. You can use a shaky pen. There's no rules here. This is the basics, and then I highly encourage you to make it your own and do your own thing with it. Now, I have many other videos on here. Some of them are 2-hour full classes that are free here on YouTube that you can watch. So make sure you subscribe, go check out those videos and comment. Let me know what you like and what you maybe don't like, or ideas that you have. Maybe you have some other ideas that other people would like to see on what you did with your tangle. This is a great place to share and enjoy. So we're just going to keep doing this all the way around. I'm going to let you listen to the plant wave. That's the music in the background. There's a link in the description to my website, other recorded classes that I have. I do have a few kits on my website. I think I only have 4, and they're full ultimate kits. The plant wave is on there as well. And what I love about the plant wave is to me it's very grounding, which I also have grounding mats in there as well. But the plant wave plays music. The music you're hearing is from a plant. I hook up the plant wave to the plant and it plays the energy of the plant. The grounding mats are there as well. That's what I sit on when I'm tangling. So it's as though I am sitting outside on the ground, allowing the earth to take all of the negative things off of my body and recharge me with amazing, beautiful energy from the earth. And if you don't know anything about grounding, you can watch a movie called The Earthing Movie. And I have a link to earthing in my bio as well. I think all of these things are important, and that's why I mention them. I don't mention them in every video, but for me right now, I feel like this is a big renewal for people. I don't think people need to wait till January 1st to start, you know, I don't believe in New Year's resolutions and that kind of thing. I don't think there should be a date where we decide to just take control of our life and change things and do something with it. For those of you who are on these journeys of you don't know where you're going, what you're doing, I highly recommend the Monroe Institute. There's a link in my bio for that with a code that you can use. Gateway Voyage, I highly recommend the meditation called The Gathering. I just love it. The Monroe Institute was key. I'm going to be offering some Reiki certifications soon. Lots of cool things going on. And I just know that the right people will be in here. And I set that as an intention that God sends the people here that are meant to be here and hang out with me. So enjoy watching this, and some of this will speed up here in a little bit. But for a while, I'm going to let you just catch your bearings and do this, and then we're going to add quite a bit. So now we're going to speed up this bottom half. And this is a great time to, think of what other things you could do with this tangle that would be different, or ways that you could alter it or change it and make it your creation. That is a huge part of tangling for me, is how I take something, learn it, and then make something original. So enjoy the plant wave, continue here, and then we're going to add some more. Okay, so now I'm going to come back up to this first one, and I am going to bring over a takeoff and land and have it connect to the one below it. So you can see part of this tangle is going underneath the other one. And we're going to do that in all four corners. So it's going to actually be weaved in and out. And I'm making this a little bit dark so that you can see it a little bit better. So we're doing this in all four corners. We're going to stop when we get to the beginning of the next tangle. Rarely in the Zentangle method do we cross lines. And so here we're just going to stop when we get to the first section. And we're going to see that it just looks weaved in and out of the same tangle. And that's why I thought weaved was a great thing to call this. As I created it in a live, just there it was. And so here we're just going to keep doing that. So I'm going to let this play in real time. There's no mistakes. So enjoy watching this, and then I'm going to show you 4 different ways to shade this. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. starting to look very fluffy. I love it. Now you can make these more narrow if you want more of that white space to show in between each one. It's completely up to you. But now let's get into some shading. So I'm going to take a pencil and I'm just going to put it like through this X in the center, okay? And then I'm going to do it wherever this tangle has, where part of it is above the other part, okay? And then I'm going to do it where they all meet at these points. And then I'm going to take the tortillon and I'm just going to blend that out. A tortillon is wrapped paper. I have them in my kits. If you find some, I have kits in my website. I have kits in my Etsy shop. Actually, I think my kits in the Etsy shop are sold out. So I think the only ones I have now are in my website. And so here's one, but I want to show some different techniques. I want to show some that aren't shaded at all. I want to show one that's lightly shaded, one that's shaded a little bit darker, then one that has some shading and weighting, and one that has shading, weighting, and white charcoal. So here, this is just, again, me just showing where I'm adding some graphite. I really like to use my finger to blend everything out together. You do whatever makes you happy and whatever gives you the look that you're looking for. That's what I really want you to do, is make it what feels right for you. And so that's what I've done with these so far. There's no rhyme or reason with shading. The Zentangle method does not use a light source, so you can put the shading wherever you want. And I highly recommend you have an eraser nearby, so if you don't like where you put the shading, you can just erase it. Okay, so here they're about the same for shading. And so what I'm going to do now is we're going to change things up a little bit. So you can see one of them I've added, all I did was add more graphite to the one that's, it's 3 in from the left. And I added some weighting. Now I'm going to show you how to add the weighting. So to this one here, I'm going to add a little bit more shading and show you what I did to the other one that's made it so dark. So I'm just going to take a pen, and all I'm going to do is put some little dashes at the bottom. And what that's going to do is create weighting. It's just going to make it look heavy there without trying to just keep adding graphite, because there does become a limit with graphite. You can only put down so much and it just won't get any darker. But if you come in with a pen, it'll add a little bit of that boldness, like the one that you can see to the right of the one I'm working on. So I just like to add a little bit of that, and I'm going to let you watch. You can add this, not add this, see if you like it. Try it on scrap paper first, and just draw one. Just draw one of these weaved tangles. charcoal to just one, so you can see what that looks like. Now I do keep a separate tortillon for charcoal. I do have some of my Tangle supplies in my Amazon affiliate link as well. And so I'm going to use a separate tortillon for white. I don't mix my tortillons, otherwise it's just going to make it look muddy instead of white. And so I'm putting a little bit of that on. And so you're going to see that the 2 rows on the bottom and the 1 row on the top have no shading. The one in the row on the far right has very little, the one to the far left a little bit more, then a little bit more with some weighting, and then that third one from the left also has charcoal. So this just shows you the difference between what they look like. I do have the light dimmed because otherwise graphite is shiny, you would just see a lot of shine to it. So here's some cool ways to shade. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Watch those videos I have here on YouTube that are they're about 2 hours long and they're full classes. And remember, it's okay to go outside the line. See you next time.